Yeah. Okay. My friend challenged me like to make this drawing because I'm so horrible at drawing that he was like, "All right, here's a very simple drawing with like basic shapes. Let's see if you can like well, not copy, imitate. Let's see if you can imitate like this drawing." So I said, I see your challenge and I accept it. So challenge it, accept it. And he's like, yeah, that was the whole point. A challenge is, you know, that was exactly what I was doing. I was challenging you to, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, this is I'm just kind of making like a basic face. I'm using Photoshop this time. I'm not sure why. I think because I'm more familiar with Photoshop and I haven't used it in a while, so I figured, what the heck, like I'm gonna use it. So yeah, so I'm just trying to draw a basic face, based on whatever drawing he sent me. So yeah, this is it. Drawing an ear. Yeah. Um, so you're gonna see that I've made several changes, several well, not odd changes, but changes that I felt that I had to make because it looks strange. I noticed problems with the picture or the drawing, not a picture. I don't know. So I decided to make some adjustments. I mean, in fact, you're gonna see how much, with Photoshop, one of the benefits of Photoshop is gonna be something that you'll see soon. It's a lot easier to move things around. It's a lot easier to change the shape of things, to adjust size and so forth. So that's a great benefit, where if you're drawing with pencil, it's a lot harder, you know. But yeah, I mean, beyond that, like, it's just like anything else, there's a positives and negatives with all mediums and so forth. So yeah, usually I use a Clip Studio Paint, but now I'm using Photoshop. Man, like whatever settings I came up with, I'm just very happy with these settings, It kind of had this like ink look to it. So, yeah, man, like it's only been 3 minutes and I ran out of things to talk about. All right, so right now I'm just trying to give like just sort of cheeks, I mean, for some reason I found that like if you draw the top of the cheeks, like even if it doesn't make any sense because the light source is coming from the top, it just seems to look better. I think relatively recently I discovered that that's because like if someone is a little red, like if a woman has a little red in the cheeks, on the top of the cheeks from say a sunburn or a tan or something. I mean, it kind of has this kind of cute look to it, It looks good. All right, so this is the part I was talking about. It's like I'm just trying to adjust the sizing of things, because I just decided that the eyes needed to be bigger. This is something common that I do. Like if I start on something, like usually the first thing that I draw usually becomes not the right proportion to everything else. So yeah, um, yeah. Like I guess it's because that there's no scale. Like the way I draw is that I look around what I drew, and then I kind of just like eyeball measurements, like I kind of be like, okay, well, this should be this distance and that should be that distance, and that helps me draw, like the whole thing. I mean, and that's especially useful when I'm drawing portraits, like I'm trying to copy it as closely as I can, sort of. I mean, sometimes I'll take some artistic freedoms, kind of like, like if I think something's going to look better, like I will remove wrinkles or I will change things or whatever. So here, once again, I am adjusting the face. The face seems a little long, so I just trying to make some simple adjustments. So yeah, just adding some shading. So my friend gave me some feedback. It said that the neck is too thick. I don't know. I mean, I understand what he's saying. Women are supposed to have a more slender neck, and of course, it looks better and it's more ideal and so forth. And he's right. I kind of draw it based on just drawing mini portraits. Like a person's neck isn't that slender, but um, I'm trying to get some like feedback because I'm trying to advance in the way I draw, trying to like uh, do better. Obviously, I began looking on YouTube. That was something else that my friends suggested, looking on YouTube, and I was trying to practice some things pointed out on YouTube. That's a hard step for me, is to sort of admitting that I'm not as good as I would like to be, and like looking at people who are better than me and letting them school me like that, so to speak. And these people who think they're so great that they'll go on YouTube and be like, look at me, like I'm just so great. It just like makes me uncomfortable. I mean, of course, like they're not actually doing that. That's my interpretation, but you know, um, well, what am I doing at this point? Oh, okay, so like I kind of decide that there should be perhaps more shadowing underneath the neck, but then I decided to wise up and not do that because I don't know, it was just too much. And besides, this was simply a sort of um, exercise, you know. I don't want to show the actual drawing because it's totally different. It's sort of like anime. This is not anime. I mean, like that's not really my style usually. So this is, you know, my interpretation of it. So yeah, and again, like in Photoshop, I can either expand the canvas or move things up, down, and so forth. So that's what's great, that's what's really wonderful. I mean, like obviously, I can do the same thing in a Clip Studio Paint. Right now, like nothing's happening because I was busy doing something else on the other monitor off screen. So that's why. Okay, so at this point, this person really needs arms because that was really part of the exercise, was this person having arms. So, you know, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, you can tell at this point I'm just getting impatient. I spent so much time on the face, that that I'm like, all right, like I'm just going to finish this up. Um, yeah, so this person's supposed to be kind of tipping like their hat or touching their hat or whatever. Drawing the hand is always challenging and so forth. Yeah, the fingers were too high, I felt. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.